I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Oh, bonjour.
Yeah.
Bonjour tout le monde. Je suis Français Kermit the Frog.
I don't know what just happened there. Ice the Kermit. Why can't I remember what a frog is?
Am I too zoomed in?
No, I don't know. You just put on weight, that's all. You're filling up more of that t-shirt and the frame. Welcome to the morning show, everyone. It's Wednesday. I think no one's here. Let me take a look here. Oh, no, there's a few people here.
The live stream wasn't set up.
The live stream wasn't set up, so Poseidon had to do it this morning. So
Yeah, don't worry about it. I took care
I know
of it.
everybody comes in and kind of hangs out in the waiting room for a bit, but you know, these things happen. It's Wednesday. Be cool. It's the summer.
Cool.
No
Be
school.
cool, pool.
Cool? Did he say
You could have said fool so easily. You had so many options.
what's up, pool?
What's up, pool? My name's Phil Balabanos. You might remember me from such other morning shows where I said things like, I'm Phil Balabanos. You can check stuff out about me at balabanos.com. We got George Jiggity Chandrizos, the host of many a formerly active podcast, only one currently active podcast, which is by far the most successful. It is Politiquement Parlant, where him and Saladin get together and they talk about things that happen in Quebec politics. What is the background of Saladin?
Salim
Salim.
is...
Salahuddin.
Yeah. Salim was a staffer.
Houdini.
He's worked in quite a few cabinets with different ministers.
There you have it. He's a contractor and he installs cabinets and they talk about politics. Him and an Arab dude. We also have Poseidon here. I am Poseidon.com. That it? Yeah, I am Poseidon.com. He's
Poseidon.
also... Are you on camera,
I'm a
Poseidon?
mess today.
Why are you a mess today?
Bro, hair's all over the place. Cat hair on my clothes, bro.
You do have a lot of cat hair
Nobody
on your
could see
clothes.
that
I
on the
woke
camera,
up
though.
and I
Don't
was
worry
Semen
about
on
it.
your
I was
ankles. It's
like-
weird.
I was like,
How do you get it on your ankles?
look, bro. These fucking feet dudes pay a lot of money.
These
Ah.
feats.
These feet dudes pay a lot
God.
of money, bro.
Feedster.com, not our sponsor. Panteliscomedy.com, where you can find out all the tour dates, all the information you need, previous videos, archive stuff, all the cool stuff, and for the cool people. The people on the cutting edge of comedy. The bleeding edge. People that.
Or the coming edge.
You were supposed to plug it there,
All
but
right.
patreon.com
Plug
slash
patreon.com.
Pantelis.
Oh, yeah.
I pointed to you and you're like, patreon.com slash Pantelis, where you can support all the fun endeavors towards comedic fun happening here.
The ejaculating.
Busy.
So I saw Pantelis tweeted you were saying.
Yeah,
what were you
busy
saying?
summer season. Pantelis is
Yeah, biggest
all over the place,
news,
but his
biggest
flight
news.
got canceled apparently, from what Twitter tells us.
What Twitter tells us? Are you saying that
I don't
Pantelis'
think-
source about Pantelis' news is not verifiable, George?
Yeah.
Are you fact-checking his life?
Yeah, you know, he tweeted that his flight got
Hold on.
canceled because apparently the flight crew or whatever personnel was overworked.
I'm checking out what he tweeted because I didn't see it because I'm here in the show.
Let me tell you
Zoom
something.
me out just a little bit.
Go fuck yourself.
Just a little bit.
Air Canada, you're canceling a flight hours before takeoff saying crew is overworked. You're telling me this entire company decides on flights the day of travel?
That's good.
How do you, that's like calling in tired. Yeah, I'm not coming in today. I'm a little, I feel like I worked yesterday and I'm working tomorrow. So today I'm not coming in.
Let me tell you something.
This reminds me when I went.
Hold on, listen to me.
yeah, go ahead.
Padeli hates traveling. in
He does.
general.
Yes, I know that.
Hates it, despises
really?
it.
Everyone
Hates it.
does.
Yes, yes. No, I love it.
You like
Because
flying? Like actually flying?
Yes, not for too long though.
Like a good couple hour flights is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Up to 4 hours, I'm happy as a
Yeah.
clam. After 4 hours,
I
I'm
mean, it's
I'm
up
not
until
happy.
5. Up until
Okay,
5,
yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
Like Florida back and forth, no problem. It's a
Yeah.
bus ride for me.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
If I
Two
fly to
movies.
Europe, if I fly to Greece, I always take a layover.
okay.
It's
I can't do
cheaper and
layovers.
because-
I'd rather do it one shot, suffer for whatever 8-9 hours, and be
you
done
know why I
with it.
enjoy layovers? I do the 5 hours, the max 5 hours that I do. I land in Germany or
6 hours.
UK.
6 hour flight.
Is it? To
Whatever.
Germany?
I,
yeah.
I could.
I
I,
did
could
it
do,
last
I could do
summer.
6, and then my max is 6.
Okay.
Sorry.
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 That was so
Sorry,
flamboyant.
guys.
I don't do more than 6, but
It
like
was-
6 and like a quarter, too much for me.
It was
Surrounding.
I
very,
get a little crampy.
it was very zesty.
It was zesty, yeah.
Yeah, and then so you get
And the
to
reason
Germany.
why I like layovers is because you get to explore.
Yeah, he likes to explore the fatherland.
Any country. So,
So
What do
you
you mean, explore what?
So wait,
The
not only,
airport?
so not only do you do a layover,
The
but you make
airport,
sure that
you
you
get
get
out a bit.
hours.
Oh, you stay in the. Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
yeah.
no
so
patience.
I'll,
I have kids, so layovers
That's
suck.
done.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
finished.
always
It's
do a
gone out the
layover.
window.
I'll always do a layover of like 5 hours. So
Oh
I'll
my
dip
God,
out.
bro! What the fuck? Don't you just want
You
to
can't
get?
dip out for 5 if you're only there for 5 hours.
Of course you could.
Not with kids, you can't.
Well,
course you
yeah,
could.
no, that's for sure. You can with kids.
I'm
no,
one
no,
of
if
those
you're-
people.
On the,
I'm one of
uh,
those people who I need to be
And
near
also-
the gate. It needs to be an eyesight. Like even if I want to do other stuff in the airport, I'll go to my gate first, scope it out,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'll go do other
even
stuff.
if it's
Yeah.
even if it's in 5 hours.
I'm an
But it
anxious
depends
traveler.
though, because
Like I
look,
need to know where everything
if
is.
the airport is like close to the city or any, like if it's not lost.
The only time in all the years that I've flown that I left the airport, I had a 10-hour layover in Athens.
Holy shit.
Because I missed I missed my flight to Rhodes. I was flying alone, going to meet the family. Like they had left like a week before me. And I get to Athens and I'm like, oh, I need fucking nicotine so bad.
10 hours. What the fuck? There
Well,
was
'cause
no
I-
flight leaving for Rhodes.
This morning and night flights. The rest were all full. So like I had a flight like 40 minutes after I landed.
Yeah.
And I just misread it. I thought it was an
There was
hour
a-
and 40 minutes.
no, there was
So I
a-
went
you missed
upstairs.
it.
I got a coffee. I had a spanakopita. I went for like 10
Oh
smokes
my
outside.
God.
And then I come to my gate and they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm flying to
They
Rhodes.
weren't
It's like,
calling you.
They were calling me. I was outside.
Philip Balabanos.
Philip Alabanos, come to gate, whatever. So I get there. I'm like, what's up? It's like, we were looking for you. I'm like, that's nice of you, but I'm here. They're like, your flight left. I'm like, nah, bro. What do you mean? So I show him the ticket. I go, look. He goes, yeah. He shows me the time. I'm like, oh,
How many times do you think that happens in a day, though?
a lot.
Yeah.
So
A
he's
lot.
like, you have to wait. I go, is there like an airport lounge? Got somewhere I can go? He's like, no, we don't have that. I'm like, what do you mean, no?
Oh,
He
you
goes,
were in Rhodes.
No,
No,
he
it
was
was
in
in
Athens.
Athens.
He was
Okay.
connecting to
I go,
Rhodes.
there's fucking
How
lounges
do they
here.
not have a lounge?
They do. I go, you have lounges? They're like, yeah, but you don't have access to them. I'm like, oh. I go, but I have a visa. Maybe that'll get me in. Like, my credit card. They're like, no. I'm like, what do you need to have? The guy explained it to me. It was like some nonsense Greek stuff. I'm like, okay. So I call my buddy. I'm like, yo, I'm stuck in Athens for a day. He's like, yo, we're going out. Like, we're just out all day,
Yeah.
day drinking. I got a haircut too in Marusi.
You could
and then we went back.
have
What
probably,
a liar, bro. What hair?
A beard trim,
What
whatever.
hair?
Shave my head, trim my
Yeah,
beard, bro.
yeah, a little
And this-
I'm just messing
And
with
for
you.
the record, this is 8 years ago. I had a little bit
I
more.
know,
hair.
little
but I
bit,
was
yeah,
just, it was
That's
just
not
to
fun.
fuck with you.
No, I went
You
to the
could have got
barber.
a
We
boat
went
to get
out.
to Rhodes faster
going-
than that.
going
No,
back
it's a long boat ride.
Going back to Pantelis, so Pantelis hates flying in general. He hates traveling. He hates all that shit. And if there's a canceled flight, he will be livid. Let's say even if it's for valid reasons, he will be livid. Now they said is because we're tired.
Oh, he's on the warpath.
You don't understand.
No, but
You
that
don't
makes
understand.
absolutely no
and
sense,
this is the third time Air Canada fucks him over.
Where's he flying to?
I forgot.
Oh.
Some northern place.
Sicil, probably.
No.
Is he wait, for what? He's touring.
Abitibi-Témiscamingue.
He has a show.
Oh,
Yeah,
When's the show?
this weekend I think.
Oh, okay. It's not like tonight.
No, I don't think
No,
it's tonight.
he's not
No,
like
he would-
fucked. He's not gonna make
no,
a show.
he,
Okay.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He's smarter than that. I hope so.
No, he wouldn't show. I just didn't know. I'm not
no,
sure.
no. But-
Honestly, I haven't seen him.
But you don't understand.
In
this-
like 2
dude,
weeks.
Dude, this is the third time Air Canada fucks him over. They fucked him over twice for.
That's the problem with flying within Quebec and Canada. You're stuck with Air Canada. There's no other options.
Did
like
Air
good
Canada
options.
finally buy out Air Transat, or that didn't work, that deal?
I don't
can't
remember. I think Air Transat will continue to operate as Air Transat, but I think they're owned by Air Canada now.
Did it pass? Because
I remember something happening, but I don't remember
I
the
don't
details
know if it
now.
went through. Check if Air Canada bought Air Transat finally, if it finally went through or not. Yeah, no, it's messed up, man. You know, that reminds me our honeymoon when we were coming back. We went to Colombia. So on the way back, we had a stop at Miami and then connecting Miami, Montreal.
How many keys did you drop off?
Quite a few, but they kept jingling and making a lot of noise.
No, so everyone's waiting there, and the flight was delayed. Dude, we're talking about, it was hours.
Oh, I've done a whole day in an airport
And we're
once.
wondering what the hell's going on. They're like, well, the crew hasn't arrived yet. Dude, the pilot,
Right, they're on another flight that's also delayed. Yeah.
No, they haven't arrived yet to work, to the airport. They came late.
Yeah,
It's
because
not-
they're coming on another flight.
No.
They were just late for work.
Yeah.
That's
they
hilarious.
weren't coming from a connecting flight.
The same
They
thing
just
happened to
didn't
me
show
in
up.
Rome.
They showed up like 2 hours later, some shit like that. They came in all casual, like nothing's happening.
I won't go.
And
Same
I was
thing happened
fucking
to me in
fuming
Rome.
because we
Yeah, it
missed
happens.
the connecting flight, obviously in Miami, so they had to rearrange everything. And Miami was such a horrible airport. What a bad experience.
Yeah, it's not a
Really?
great airport.
Oh fuck!
No.
I hate
Oh, you
it.
know what airport is filthy? LaGuardia.
It is filthy.
It's filthy.
It's filthy.
Bro, I remember flying back to Montreal. My flight got delayed, I think, 4 times, but I was so exhausted to argue, I just passed out in the waiting area.
My least favorite airport that I've ever been to is probably fucking Munich. It's not ugly or anything.
I've
It's
connected
super
through
clean.
there, so I haven't really.
It's so big. It's bigger than Montreal as a city, probably. It was like a 35-minute commute from one gate to another. While I haven't slept, I'm nicotine
Frankfurt?
deprived. It was Frankfurt.
Frankfurt.
Munich. Yeah, Munich was okay. Yeah,
No,
but I mean, it wasn't
landed
great.
in Munich, and Munich, the fucking TSA tried to fuck me over.
Well, look at you. You look suspicious as shit.
Dude, you don't understand.
You look like an Albanian warlord.
So the 2 times I traveled to Greece,
Very precise.
the first
huh?
time I landed in Frankfurt,
Toronto does suck.
everything went well, even though the airport is humongous.
It's so fucking
They
big.
have, I think they have, I think now they added little like carts to bring.
They have
you
like a
and shit.
train system under.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta's like that.
Humongous.
But we looked at it
Frankfurt.
last time. Atlanta, I think,
Atlanta
is the biggest
in
in
the world.
Bro, Frankfurt has
Bro, I got
signs
so
saying
lost in Atlanta. I
Frankfurt
was like, what the
has
fuck?
if Frankfurt has from this side of the airport, from this section of the airport to that section, it is a this much time in a walk.
Yeah,
this much
it tells
time.
you, yeah.
it
It
tells you.
yeah.
That's how humongous.
massive,
It's
massive.
massive,
The one-
absolutely
I
massive.
had one kid thrown on my shoulder, and I had the other one on the suitcase, and I was pulling her,
Right,
and they were
dragging, yeah.
screaming.
And
One
but
of
I got
the-
fucked over in Munich, bro. When I landed in Munich, bro, I think the platform didn't work anymore, so we had to
Okay.
wait in the plane. Then they brought buses to us. We get out in the buses. People forgot their strollers
Yeah,
for their kids. They forgot them in the plane.
yeah,
I'm like-
underneath because you have to gate check them.
But I'm like, how do you forget a stroller?
You can't.
You're
You're an idiot if you forget a stroller.
If you how do you carry your kid, bro?
Yeah.
How do you just driving? Anyways, so I was pissed. So
Maybe
we
they
waited.
thought they would bring him.
So we waited. we waited
Honestly,
another.
gate checking a stroller, I don't know if you've ever done it,
course.
is one of the worst experiences
Yeah, yeah.
because when you get out, you're like, can I have my stroller? They're like, oh, no, we send it to baggage. I'm like, no, malaka, gate check.
Yeah, yeah.
I check it in at the gate, and then I got to carry the kid. They're like, well, I'm like, when we landed in Montreal, that happened. I'm like, get me a fucking trolley, something right now. There's no trolley. You fucking checked my stroller. Either you're carrying my kid, because I have shit to carry, because she can't walk. She's too little, or you get me, and they got me one of those little things. I was like, you fucking go get it.
So
I lost it.
Finally, we're waiting in the bus, and we're waiting 30, 45 minutes because they had left the strollers out.
Yeah, they just dropped.
They just dropped them, and nobody's picking up the strollers. So I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? We get the security check.
steals
Another
the
30
strollers.
minutes there. Another 30 minutes there. Bro, by the time I ran through the airport and I had to get some kind of adapter, I get to my gate. They had just finished closing the door. And when they close the door, it's
Yeah,
done.
yeah, it's done.
You know, even if the plane is there, they're not going to reopen the door for you. They don't give a fuck. And I go, my flight. So they fucked me. So then I had to go to Lufthansa customer service. I ended up yelling at them.
Uninteresting story. Go on.
And then
I
Lufthansa.
was daydreaming.
Yeah, I lost interest.
I was drifting somewhere.
So I had
but
to
yeah.
explain to Lufthansa what happened, and then they go, okay, they booked me a hotel in Munich, outside in some weird fucking village, and then I go to leave to take the what's it called not the bus.
See the comment?
No, I didn't see the comment. I'm checking an email. Go on.
George, sorry. Jorge rules out. Surprised to see Poseidon's Frankfurt aren't just sausages.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was just mean. He just came at him for no reason.
Yeah, he can go fuck himself. Fucking loser.
Anyway, yeah, so they
It's
book
funny
a
that he
hotel.
says that, but he's 3 times my size. It's very interesting.
Bro, this is fucking taking forever. I want to have an airport
So then,
story too. Let's
so
go.
then, anyways, go fuck yourself, bro. So then I go to leave to take the bus that they send, and then TSA stops me, bro. TSA and these two German guys start asking me, how much money do you
They were
have on you?
Germans, in Germany. Obviously.
They start, go fuck yourself. They
Where are
start
your
asking, let me
papers,
finish.
Poseidon?
So they start asking me
Hell, Poseidon.
how much money I have on me, how many euros
What
I
did
have
you
on you.
answer?
I told them none of your business.
And they said, we will ask the questions.
And I go, it's not over 10,000, so don't worry about it. You don't have to know how much
You
money
told
I have.
TSA in Germany, or whatever they're
Yes.
called, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure they love that.
So then, no, they didn't. They were very upset.
No, I know.
Bro, there's no problem. You can declare. It's not an issue. Yeah.
So then,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
not an issue.
You're not in Cuba,
no,
bro.
but hold
They're
on,
not
I'm in
gonna
another
take your
country,
money.
bro. I don't know, bro. These Germans, bro. I don't trust these Germans.
The
Have you seen
Germans.
World War II, bro?
Okay.
Not exactly the most trustworthy people.
There you go. Thank you. So anyway, so they go, we gotta search for shit. So they go, okay, do you? Because they saw that I was. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go smoke, and then my flight got canceled. They put me in a hotel here at Lufthansa. They go, okay. Oh yeah, how many cigarettes you have on you? I go, a carton. A carton of cigarettes, and I made a mistake, and I go, a carton of cigarellos. They go, oh, what do you mean, like that? I go, and they go, can we see? I go, yeah, sure. And I
This
go,
is fucking
and they go, you're not allowed. I go, what do you mean you're not allowed? I go, you're either allowed 200 cigarettes or 40 cigarellos. And 40 cigarellos. They go, no, it's either or. You can't have both. So then they bring me to this fucking room, bro, where they search everyone's stuff, and they were dumping people's things on the counter. They tried to fleece me out of 200 euros. I ended up paying, like,
Least you, bro.
yeah, I ended up paying 16 euros
So
in taxes.
here's something I didn't know. Poseidon really bad at telling a story. Like,
They're just long.
you meandered all over the place. There was
They're
no
just
build
long.
up. It was just a series of informational tidbits that
I
came
don't
out.
even know if I should tell my story now.
No, I don't think you should. I
Bro.
think we should do some news.
Here, I'll
Fucking
mute your
shit.
mic.
Bro, I honestly thought you were a little better at telling a story. So many thousands of hours of podcasting. You haven't learned how to spin a yarn yet.
What do you mean? But I'm describing it. What do you want me to say? I'm describing the story, bro.
Yeah, no.
The fact
it's,
that you don't understand what I mean is the problem here. You realize that.
one of the
You
most.
gotta craft a tale, bro. You gotta.
Well,
have
because you
ups and
guys
downs.
keep fucking interrupting and fucking rushing me.
That's because it
Whoa.
takes forever.
Fucking
bro.
shit. Y'all, everyone always fucking does this. Get to the news.
I can't tell if he's fucking
No,
around
I'm
or
serious.
angry.
I'm pissed off.
Boy.
Okay, one of the most uncomfortable.
No, George, do the news.
No, one of
We're not gonna do
I
airport
gotta
stories.
tell my airport story.
Honestly, you're not much better than him when it comes to stories. Your stories are boring as shit.
One of the most uncomfortable.
Oh, God. George gonna tell us about the time his wife
stories.
pegged him.
No, no. You guys haven't gone to Israel, have you?
I'm not allowed.
What do you mean you're not
A
allowed?
long story.
Have you traveled to an Arab country?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Don't worry.
By the
Don't worry
way,
about it.
for the record, every time I'm not interrupted, like I've been on Jan's podcast, other podcasts, every time I'm not fucking
Bro, we're
interrupted,
just fucking with
Hold
you,
on,
bro.
I'm
Don't
great at
interrupt him.
stories.
Don't interrupt
I'm
him.
great
Don't
at
interrupt
fucking
him.
stories.
I didn't hear you. He was interrupting you. What did you say?
Go fuck yourself.
I didn't. No, I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
Every time I'm on other podcasts and people let me go, I'm
You're
way
great.
better at stories.
Stop interrupting
Yeah.
him. Go on.
Yeah. That's it. That was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I like that one. It was short. I also like that it's unverifiable because he's like, when you're not here.
How's it unverified?
And you haven't heard it?
You can easily verify.
What do you
Oh,
say?
that's true. I could watch
Go
the
watch
show.
the
He's right.
go watch the stream.
He's right.
You can watch it.
But ne parle pas français, bro.
Yo, fucking jag off.
Maybe
you.
you're better in French
You motherfucker.
It's,
eh?
yeah,
Maybe
it's
you're better in
possible.
French.
Maybe I am better in French
because it has a little bit of that North African twang. Your accent.
you know what it is?
So you sound more interesting.
Because of sales. I'm so used to doing sales in French.
Okay, bro. He's fucking, bro, what can we do to get you in this car today?
Bro, I have
oh
two
my God.
copies today.
Do you
I'm
remember
primed
that
up,
day?
bro.
Do you remember that episode? 2 years ago? When you did the black impersonation?
Yeah, because he was saying
Mirroring.
He was saying there's a strategy, man. In sales, it's mirroring. You know?
Let me get you up in this whip.
He sees this black dude. He's like, hold
Don't
on,
tell it
guys.
again. Don't
I
do it
got
again.
this.
I just remembered it.
No, but when
Oh, man.
I was in Israel.
When the
and-
Quebec is shit, that's right.
I was in Israel, and on the way out, they had to brief us before we left on everything that's going to happen at the airport. Make sure that you're the one that does your luggage, that no one has access to it, because they're going to ask you.
That's the law everywhere.
Well, maybe a little bit more in Israel.
Okay.
So, but what they didn't tell us is this procedure that was so fucking strange. So we go there. They asked all. So we were briefed, right? So we knew exactly what to answer. Nobody touched my luggage. I'm the only one that packed. Blah blah blah. Are you traveling to any Arab countries? Whatever.
Were you?
No, of course
Oh,
not.
okay, I don't know.
And then
What do you mean, of course not. Some of them are beautiful.
No, but you know what they tell you? Like, if you're planning on traveling to Arab countries, there's a thing that you can take. It's an additional paper. They don't stamp your passport. That way, when you travel, it doesn't show on your passport. It's like this other. It's like another little card that they put. Anyways, whatever. What?
He's such a child because
Oh.
he can dish it out, but he can't take
bro,
it.
The thing is, we can't hear. So jokes on you.
I only
there.
heard it because, but what he's doing is
Yeah.
what he always gets mad about. Because
What
he's
is
like,
a lullaby? What is it like a?
yeah, it was like a lullaby.
That's nice. That's good.
What he's doing is
That's funny, bro. I laugh, bro. I don't get mad.
it's the whole behind the wheel of a car. Everyone has big balls.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna do it.
So anyway, so they asked us all these questions.
Not
They're
cool,
like, okay,
bro.
sir,
Not cool.
They're
You're
like, come
right.
this
I
way.
apologize for yelling earlier.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, it was very aggressive.
So-
I didn't like
so-
it.
Very aggressive.
We're gonna have
Sorry.
words after.
So you're done with this
It's okay.
barrage.
Human
of-
resources.
You're done with this barrage
still
of
talking. I
questions,
don't know
and
why.
they go to you, okay, sir, this way. So you go with your luggage through this fucking tunnel that scans everything. Like you don't just leave your luggage.
You know what they're checking for, right? See if you're circumcised.
The whole
They need
thing-
to know.
Dude, you go in with your fucking luggage.
Yeah. Then you're in two. There's hooded and unhooded.
Yeah,
You go through the.
And then, like this way, please. That way, yeah. So that was the story.
You have a cabriolet, you? Or a soft top?
I don't know. What do you have?
I don't know.
By the
I
way-
just made up those examples.
By the way, I didn't hear.
It's a drop top.
By the way, I didn't hear a single word from the story. I
No,
have
me
no
neither.
idea what the
All I
fuck
heard
you're
was
talking
Israeli Mossad agents jerk George off in a tunnel. This show has degenerated into absolute chaos. At any moment,
he's gonna start
Pantelis gonna
gagging now.
bust down this.
He's gonna start coughing.
Yeah, he's doing. There it is. The gluck gluck, eh? You got the gluck gluck going. Do you have any fucking news, George? I heard that Vincenzo Guzzo was
Vincenzo.
arrested and spent the night in jail
He was
for
arrested.
allegedly harassing his in the process of separating wife.
See, it's funny because the headline of the news, they don't mention his wife. They're like,
Une femme.
what is the thing? What's it called? Harcèlement criminel, yeah, criminal harassment. So you're like, what the fuck, man? Who's he after? But then when you read the actual article,
It's
you
obvious that
find
it's his
out
wife.
apparently that he's been going through a divorce, and I guess he had certain orders that he needed to respect. This probably from what we know, from what we're reading. It's not the first time, so maybe he had a
Maybe he
warning.
wanted to see his kids and she
Maybe
got mad. I
he
don't
was
know.
told you can't communicate with her while your divorce is in progress. Who
Spent the
knows?
night in jail. You know what I didn't
He
know?
broke those conditions.
While I was reading about this story, I didn't realize that Vincenzo is not the founder of Guzzo
No,
Cinemas.
it's his dad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his dad.
I respect him a little less now, I think. Because I thought he built all that. I was like, good for him.
Yeah, no,
But
no.
his dad built everything. He went to Selwyn House. Like,
Well, his dad. Well,
I'm not as impressed. Like, good for
you
him,
still
but I'm
gotta
not
give
as
it to him. The guy really like his dad had one or two, one theater or
I
two.
thought he had all of them. And
No,
then
no. This guy did
okay,
everything.
then I retract my
Yeah, yeah.
statement and I apologize.
Yeah,
to
his
the
dad, I
Guzzo
think,
family.
had one or two movie theaters. Something like that.
Okay, I thought like he just inherited an empire of movie theaters. Oh, okay.
No,
okay,
this
okay.
is the guy that he
So he
blew
did
up the
build it out.
company.
It's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I believed initially.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't live in the shadow of his father.
Okay.
Well, he had a good head start. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah,
But to
that's true.
survive in this kind of industry, man,
Movie theater industry. I mean, if you have the capital,
yeah, you
good
can.
business to be in. Maybe not anymore. It's not like it used to be. But they still control. They have a lot of sway in the industry. But
I don't
it's
know
a
if-
weird story. The way they ran it, it was fucking odd. Because he's like a Quebec darling, like in terms of media. Like people like him.
Yes and no.
I don't know
I
about
mean,
that.
Look, he enjoys doing media, and the media enjoy having him on because he's not like a little like you go.
He's the most flamboyant conservative I've ever met.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never met the guy. Actually, I think I did meet him
I
once.
think I've met him once. Yeah.
I know I've met what's his name, O'Leary, once.
Oh, I've never met
Some,
him.
like the weird. I've told you the story where he was in a white suit and he
Oh,
offered
yeah,
me a
yeah,
carnation.
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is? Aren't you on TV? He's like, huh. And he just cut in line. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I was at a film festival and I was like, what's going on?
So anyway, so he went to jail on Friday, released on Monday or Tuesday, and
I didn't.
dude, he
the most
consider- he
interesting
can-
part of the story is that he was apprehended in Talbot.
that's where he lives.
Yeah, ridiculous. Why would you live in Talbot?
They got nice houses, bro. It's a
Well,
nice
yeah.
area.
Bro, have you ever been to Talbot? One of
Yeah,
my wife's
I have. They have
cousins
nice
had lived
houses.
out there, and I remember going out there, and I was like, "Yes, these are beautiful houses."
I go golfing there,
but
so,
there's nothing
Yeah,
around
there's
there.
a-
It's not even like it's Boisbriand
It's suburbia.
or what?
It's literally suburbia.
No, but it's not a good suburbia. Like most suburbias, these little suburban enclaves, they have everything you need, and they're kind of pretty to be
Yeah.
around. Terrebonne is not like that.
Yeah.
It's ugly, and there's like an IGA. Like it's ugh.
I
Like I
wonder-
get like living in like St. Dorothy where you have everything you need, or like Boisbriand's really pretty, Rosemere's nice,
Yeah.
it's very rich, Lorraine up there. But fucking Terrebonne, you. Ugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't live there either.
No.
And it's whatever. The
I
personal
mean, you
choices.
live in Brossard. It's not a big difference.
But no. We're,
nah, Brossard's pretty urban.
It is, and we're
Yeah,
closest
like you
to
have,
the downtown.
you have crackheads. Like it's urban.
No, we don't have.
Brossard has crackheads. Stop.
We have
They live near
crackheads?
the water there.
Probably not as.
That's their natural habitat.
Probably not more than Parc X or Côte des
Oh,
Neiges.
we're not comparing. First of all, there are no crackheads in Côte des Neiges.
None.
They're alcoholics.
Oh, okay.
Okay, they're Innu.
Oh, that's
Respect them.
Okay, because I always felt like, so every time I go through Côte des Neiges, I always felt like there's a similar feel to every other like
Dense neighborhood.
dense
But it's
neighborhood,
different.
but a different feel. So it's the alcoholism.
It's more hilarious than it is sad.
I drove.
exactly yeah.
That's what it
Like I
is.
want to feel sad, but I keep laughing.
It's kind of funny.
I drove.
Because they're happy. They're like,
I drove by Côte des Neiges yesterday. Actually, what a fucking
disaster.
headache.
eh?
Oh my
They've
goodness.
destroyed it. The city has destroyed it. I'm still driving over the lawn of the church next door to get home. Like the cop just waves me through every day. He's like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
what's
there's a
up?
cop. I saw the
Yeah.
cop in the corner. What a fucking
It's
disaster.
because you know what it is. I found out. I didn't know what they were doing. One of the water mains is like 20 years past its when it should be done. So they have to do two at the same time, and it's the city's fault. They fucked
Yesterday,
up.
look,
But the bike
we're
lanes are a
gonna
nightmare.
just sidetrack a little bit because I came.
Why were we on a track?
I came to have lunch with a friend in Villeray yesterday. So my wife and kids came in like, whatever, we'll drop you off. I'll take the girls to
Yeah,
the park or whatever, and I'll pick you up. I'm like, okay, no problem. So they come to pick me up and we leave. So we're in Villeray now. And she's like, oh, let's go to a park for the kids' place. I'm like, oh, we'll go to TMR.
Weren't they just at a park?
They were, I don't know where the fuck they were. No, they had gone shopping. I think they went to Walmart, whatever.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're like, oh, let's go to a park. So I'm like, oh, we'll go to somewhere in TMR. We'll find a park. So I'm
Some
dri-
good parks in TMR.
so I'm driving down Lackady, and I wasn't gonna turn into Parc X, so I turned west on Jean Talon to go to Timar. And as I look the other way, Jean Talon is fucking closed. Like,
Yeah.
how do people get
All
into
of
Parc
Park
X?
X is closed.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on here?
I've had to, not anymore, like at the beginning of last week, coming from, because I dropped the kids off in Outremont and
Yeah.
I come through, I've had to go in the back and go through the Rockland MD parking lot and do the illegal thing over the median just to get around because Jean Talon's jammed, can't get into Park X.
Yeah, of course.
And I need to get into Park X to go to work.
It's ridiculous.
come
dude.
here, I mean,
like
to go
Jean
to work.
Talon, like no, it's not like a little street, like a fucking.
It's fucking Jean Talon.
You know.
It's been closed for like 4 or 5 weeks now.
Oh my
It's been a while.
goodness.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah, man.
Everything's a mess.
So then when we go to TMR and we finish, we were like, oh, let's go through the city. So I'm like, oh, grab Côte des Neiges and just go through downtown.
You never grab Côte d'Ivoire in the daytime.
Holy
Are you
shit,
crazy?
what a
Are
mistake.
you crazy?
And then I remembered you. We're like, oh, fuck, he even warned me.
I warned you, yeah.
Yeah.
If you need to cut through Côte d'Ivoire during the day on a weekday, you take Victoria. Victoria's the best.
Right.
Takes you anywhere you want. Get on the highway, you go downtown. Actually, yesterday I had an appointment in
What a
Westmount
mess,
in the
what a
morning,
mess.
which I completely forgot about. So I'm driving and I'm like, I'm making great time today. I'm about to pull up to the cafe to get a coffee, and my calendar goes, tung, tung, you have an appointment in 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I look, I'm like, oh, shit, it's in Westmount. I think about it for a second. I go, I'm going to grab Lackady, swing around, get into the carry for one stop, and then go down. Bro, I've never seen the carry like that in my life. At one point, I couldn't even see beyond the car in front of me. It was just 18-wheelers and me in the middle, and we weren't moving. Like I had parked the car in the carry. It took me 45 minutes to go to fucking Westmount.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. Everything's a mess.
The city's a mess. Anyways, so Guzzo came out of jail, and from what I read an article that says
With a husband. He came out with a husband.
he got married in prison. I read that he can do up to 10 years in jail for breaking conditions that.
He must have had like a, what's it called, a restraining order that was imposed. And
But
he
how do
broke
you have a
conditions.
restraining order with your
spouse? If you're
Maybe you're
separate.
separated.
If you're separated, there must
But
be
how do you give the kids and take the kids like?
they may have some kind of pre-existing arrangement. Maybe they had agreed on terms, and
Because
we
when
don't
you're
know.
talking, what's criminal harassment? Is that I'll kick your ass or I'll fuck? Are those threats?
I think the second there's any kind of restraining order and you continue to contact that person, it's considered criminal harassment.
Oh, it is.
I'm not a lawyer. It is
Sorry,
hilarious.
just
Sure, it's hilarious.
Anyways, all this to say that he's denying, obviously, all
Yeah, he's
these
saying,
all these
yeah, he's saying it didn't do it.
allegations. and he's asking everyone to just mind their own business. This is a personal, private, family matter, and I think is absolutely right. And
yeah,
this
I
sucks,
read the
especially.
statement.
It sucks because when you're a personality like this, a personality. When you're a when you're a personality like this,
like a Guzzo is a personalala.
and
I don't like his popcorn. I had bought it. I was excited to try it. It was
personal
terrible.
stuff comes
just
out, man.
tweeted, I don't appreciate the smear campaign aimed at my guy Guccio Vincenzo.
Who tweeted
Oh
that?
yeah, Pantelis.
Padeli.
Oh, he's coming out in support of the Paisans.
Yeah.
I like it. He's the people's champion, isn't he?
Who?
Badeli.
But
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
'Cause the people are very retarded, yes.
so yeah, I just find it sucks. Because you're.
I don't think he understands how the internet works, eh?
What do you mean?
Like people come here because we make them feel good. If you're just gonna shit talk them all the time,
But that's we're in that business. We're in the business of shit talking
Shit-talking.
and making fun. But if your intention is to entertain and to make laugh, it's all good.
and to make laugh, I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Poseidon, to make laugh. My intention is to make laugh.
to make laugh you.
To your mother. Look at those fucking chiclets going, bro. Oh man.
Is it worth?
Sorry, this is super random. I just thought I saw a meme, a reel, and it had the greatest one-liner joke I've heard in a long time. It was a little kid, and the guy, some other little kid screams. He goes,
Oh, fuck,
"Your
I saw that.
sent it to you. Your dick is like small like a Tic Tac." He goes, "That's why your mom's breath's so good." I was like, "What a good fucking."
It looks
solid-
staged, though,
It
no?
is staged.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Those people don't even have kids. That's not their kid.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so enough about Guzzo. Let's talk about the real news.
Yeah, just another little
Smog.
side story, small story.
Oh,
the
we're not
smog.
going to talk about the
Okay,
Smog?
let's talk about the
I mean,
smog.
we haven't
Yeah, we'll
spoken
talk
about
smog.
it. I'm sure they have on other shows.
So this is what happened. 1 or 2 weeks ago was the thing where we spoke about with New York and the pictures
was
coming out of New York, and we're
3
like, how
weeks
the hell?
ago.
Or whatever it was.
In New York.
And we're like thinking, how the hell is it like that in New York? I mean, we're here and we're not really affected
just
by like
passed
where,
over us.
where the hell is the smoke going from? Where we experienced this the other day. I came out in the morning to walk the dog and it hit me right in the face. I was like, what the fuck is burning? Like, what the hell is this smell? And then I realized, holy crap.
I would like to
The
apologize.
entire day, it was horrible.
I don't know how. Was it bad in Broussard also? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
When
I would like to
Yeah, just
apologize to
apologize.
the entire province of Quebec. That day
you're gassy.
was very gassy. And, I farted a little more than I should have.
Just a little
Smog
more.
warning. I woke up that morning. I walked into the kitchen. Anna goes, "Good luck going outside." I was like, wow. I was cranky. I was like, "Give me
And
coffee."
humid too. Oh,
It wasn't humid in the morning.
It was disgusting.
So I walk out. I'm like, someone's burning leaves. Smells like Park X in the 80s when they used to burn all the leaves.
What?
Oh yeah, you're too
you
young.
weren't born. You weren't born.
They used to just burn leaves.
Why?
And sticks. Instead
Why
of
not?
throwing it out for the city, you rake, you just burn everything. That's what people used to do in the 80s and 90s.
That's so insanely retarded.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But they're like, yeah, we'll get rid of it. We burn it.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm
a
sitting there,
Greek immigrant
and I was like,
way.
it's kind of weird out here. And I look to the left where it's open because it's mostly trees in my backyard. And he's just like, I can't see
You
the
can't see
neighbor's
shit,
house. I'm
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that's not good. So I open Twitter. I'm like, oh,
Smog
we have
alert.
the worst air quality
In the world.
world.
In the
We
world.
beat fucking New Delhi and fucking Kuwait City.
Mexico City or whatever the hell it is.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to go inside. And then everyone's like, oh, it's bothering me. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, I feel fine. Like, it's not really bothering me. It's weird. And you know me, everything bothers me. I was like, I should feel terrible. So later in the day, my neighbor's like, you all right with all this smog? I'm outside smoking. And he's like, I'm like, bro, I've been training for this day for 20 years.
This is more like it.
But by the end of the day, like, if I spend too much time outside, like itchy eyes,
I felt
I
like
just
shit.
felt crappy. So we ended up going to the mall because the kids were going nuts in the house. So we're like, let's go to the mall.
Yeah.
Everyone had the same fucking idea.
Yeah.
So Rockland, we pulled in, we pulled out. I'm like, it's chaos.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Carrefour. I regretted it
Why? It's
instantly.
even better?
It's bigger though. Like there's more space.
I hate going to Carrefour.
Yeah, so do I. But like the kids were like going nuts, and I couldn't take them anywhere. And the night before, I'm like, tomorrow, guys, we're gonna go to the park.
Oh, God.
Lies,
Yeah.
just fucking lies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very disconcerting. And obviously, spending time in Park X in the mornings, I've heard all the conspiracy theories
Oh
now.
God, man.
Bro.
How do you deal with that shit?
It's so interesting. It's so interesting. It's like, bro, what's in the smoke? I was like, I don't know, smoke? Yeah, but what kind of smoke? Why are they doing this all of a sudden? I'm
Yeah.
like, all of a sudden? What do you mean?
Yeah, they
Like,
just decided to burn
bro,
trees, man. Send down the
I
fumes.
did some research about fires. I'm like, oh,
God,
this is gonna be
that's
good.
Nice, yeah.
And you know that it's
Fucking doctorate over
we
here,
have
thesis.
that 98% of all fires are arson. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Because like I was reading about it also. Like I was curious. I'm like, what's the percentage of arson? Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's like 60%, which is still very high. But 98%, now you're quoting numbers that are very high.
Yeah.
Bro, just do a little bit of check it out, bro. You'll see. Ask some questions. And I was like, okay, sure. But why? Bro, in the sub? I'm like, what about the sub? Why were we so focused on it? I was like, okay, now I'm with you. The sub was happening, and they're like, there's other shit happening. Let's focus on the sub in the news
Right,
cycle
yeah.
because we got shit we don't want them to talk about. That I believe that happens all
It
the
happens
time.
all the time,
It's
yeah.
a smoke show, smoke screen. But then he's like, was there even a sub? I'm like, now you lost me, bro. now you fucking lost
Was there
me.
what on the sub?
Was there even a sub?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And you know the Titanic, bro. JP Morgan was supposed to be on that boat. I was like,
they went back to that shit.
oh, we're all the way there now.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, yeah, there are conspiracies, and I believe a lot of them because they're not really conspiracies; they're pretty obvious. But what I'm mad about is that during the sub fiasco, I wasn't into it at all. Like I didn't follow it really. I never thought to Google what else was going on because there's always something like a bill's passing or or
diversion.
They're
They're
changing
just-
the
yeah.
debt ceiling. Something. There's always something else going on, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what was happening last week. Now I'm not sure.
But speaking about that sub thing, like I understand you're crazy about adventure and all that shit. Why the fuck? First of all, I don't know if I'm claustrophobic or whatever, but I would never fucking go into that little tube, and then knowing that you're going 12,000 feet under the
Under the sea.
you couldn't pay me enough.
No,
to
there's no. I
you-
don't think I could be in a submersible. I have a hard time in like a airplane where I'm like, why are there no windows here? I don't
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
Let's crack a window, bro. Let's get some air.
No, but you have room, bro. You have room to breathe. You can get up and walk.
Yeah,
You know,
in
stretch
the
out
sub,
a little bit.
you cannot do that. I had a toilet though. That's something.
Yeah, that's a toilet.
Yeah, I had a toilet. It was a fancy sub.
Oh,
But
jeez.
so people really got fucking.
We spoke about
They
this
were
last
really
week,
captivated
I think.
by it.
Did we have the thing, or were they still looking for it when we spoke about it? They had like 90 hours or
I
something.
think we had
of
said they're
something?
probably all dead.
Yeah.
Apparently that they knew it had imploded and
Before.
they still kept up the fake search.
Yeah, I read that too, which is curious. I'm like, what the
Which
hell?
is what were they? What did they want us to not focus on? That's always what it is, right? When there's something like that going on, or also it's money, right? To keep the story going, it's like its own little saga. You know,
Yeah.
people are clicking on your website. You're getting ad revenue. It's all revenue, guys. There's no
We're in
conspiracies.
the
Everything's about generating money.
We're in the beginning stages of idiocracy.
Oh, I would say we're past the beginning
No,
stages
because
of
this has existed
idiocracy.
for years, man.
The
This,
only thing left is for us to start drinking Gatorade instead of water and watering our plants with soda water.
Fuck, I watched that movie, bro. It was so wacky.
Which one?
Idiocracy.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's sad how accurate it feels.
Yeah.
15 years later. It's a good movie though.
Is that what's his name?
Yo, Mr. Beast was supposed to go on that submarine.
No, he wasn't.
Apparently
he
he
was
wasn't.
invited. He was invited to go, but he refused.
He did good.
Yeah, but now they're saying that he was lying about it though, so we're not sure. I
Well,
read something
why would he
yesterday.
lie?
Why would he lie about that?
I don't know. He's Mr. Beast. Doesn't give a shit. Like, why would he
No.
make that story up? Unless he was just joking.
I believe Mr. Beast. Speaking of fucking,
I believe Mr. Beast. I'm just here to make laughs.
speaking of influencers, did you
No,
see?
I prefer the good old days with Mr. Bean.
Oh God. Speaking of
You know what's great? I watched him come up with that joke, and his eyes were like fluttering, and then he said it was like it was flat. It was flat. It felt flat.
what he was saying before he
No,
said
no,
it.
I didn't know what he was gonna say, but I saw him like I'm like, oh, he's gonna
Oh,
make
he's like,
he
I
has a
came up with
spondus.
something. Yeah,
you know
man.
spondus? He's gonna pop a spondus.
Spondus.
It's not bad.
It was.
It's,
aight.
it's okay. It was okay. Speaking of influencers, you guys saw that? What's his name? Elon Musk challenged Zuckerberg, or the other
Oh,
way
for
around,
fuck's sake.
into an MMA fight.
I read like a passing, fleeting headline, and I was like, I'm not interested in this.
I saw it, and immediately I thought Elon Musk has no fucking chance, because I've seen clips of Zuckerberg training and shit, and he's actually like this well.
Yes, but you forget something.
But then everyone online seems to be in favor
forget-
of Elon Musk, and I'm like, wait, is there something I don't know?
have you
Oh,
ever
it's
met
favor
people
of
with
Elon
any kind
Musk?
of mental illness, like
They're fucking crazy.
chromosomal stuff? You know, the
They have mad
they have
power.
An X. I won't use the word, but strength.
Oh, they have retard strength.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I have to say. Elon's obviously on the spectrum, so maybe he can harness that. He's admitted that he's on the spectrum, right?
Yeah, he has.
He has
yeah.
Asperger's.
You can't call it Asperger's anymore. It's ASD now.
Asperger's. I like
No
that.
Asperger's.
ASD.
It's pronounced dingleberries.
That's the first time I hear.
Dingleberries.
You've never heard Asperger's?
No, I love it.
Asperger's, bro.
Asperger's.
Asperger's, bro.
So yeah, I just didn't know that he was.
Asperger's
Yes.
is when
He
you're
has a
gassy and you
runny
sneeze.
asshole.
It's when you're. It's when you had too many carnitas and you sneeze. Asperger's. Dingleberries.
Yeah, I didn't know he was fit that way.
I'm sick. My
Because then there's a
asshole
tweet that
is
came out
runny.
from Lex Friedman, who's training with him, and George St. Pierre said that he was gonna coach him.
Oh shit.
Oh, then he's gonna win.
Eh?
Then he's gonna win. But don't forget though.
You don't know. I mean, it's not
Think
George
of
St. Pierre fighting.
think of every sci-fi film you've ever seen. Robots are fucking strong, bro. Zuckerberg might fucking take him out.
Fuck, dude. I don't know.
You don't know. Whoa, they added a new letter to LGBTQ.
Oh shit! What is it?
I.
I think I was there. No.
54. No, what does the I stand for? Intersex.
I thought there was no I in.
And what's
I.
the plus? Like
Isn't I for indigenous? I think I existed there.
LGBTQ plus, no?
No. There was
LGBTQI plus.
LGBTQI plus 2 or something.
Plus 2.
There's a number there.
We were walking in the mall and
Yeah.
we were standing in front of what store was it? Hold on, I'm
This is getting a
accessing the
little
memory
out of
banks.
hand, though.
And they had the new flag that they have. You know, the one that has the triangle in the back. It has every color known to man.
Yeah.
And this one, and boom, bam, whatever. My daughter goes, "What country is that?" I'm like, "It's not a country." She goes, "What
poor
flag is it?"
kid.
I go, "It's just for people who love colors. Like, we just look at all these colors." Because, like, I'm not having that conversation with my kid.
I get it.
She's too young. First of all, I don't even logically understand why a non-nation has a flag, right?
Dennis the Mex Rokes.
No, you can have a flag to
No,
represent
bro,
the
flags
cause.
are for fucking countries.
Like, why do pirates have a flag? That's not a country.
that's for their ships, though, to identify them.
They
I don't need to identify you. You're very identifiable.
Not all of them.
Whatever.
Dennis the
Okay,
Mex wrote. Plus is the premium version.
Yeah, you saw that meme too, huh?
Oh, it was a meme.
It's a reel that's been going around.
S is
It's the premium version of gay. That's what they're saying, which is hilarious. Also, like the other new flag, the one that's like pink, brown, black.
I don't know, dude. I don't
Who
know.
thought let's put brown in a flag? Like, there's no fucking brown flag. That's ugly.
Trying to think.
Doesn't
Trying to
look good.
think.
True, eh?
Brown is not a complementary color in like a
I've
flag.
never heard of. I've never seen a brown flag.
And like the rainbow flag, unoriginal, bro. Like rainbow.
Yeah, it's all the
Rainbow
colors.
is a rainbow.
but since one
Make
of
your
the-
own damn flag.
Since one of the gays hijacked the rainbow, I don't understand.
A
When
long
did
time
this-
ago, the gays hijacked the rainbow, and you know what? I'm
And
okay with
nobody
it. 'Cause, like, I
noticed.
had no use for it, but like I have this really cool Polaroid T-shirt that has all the CMYK colors,
Yes.
right? But it looks like a rainbow, so now I'm like, nah.
But
I
now,
can't wear
now
this.
I can enjoy a rainbow out in nature without hearing "gay" in the background.
No, you can still enjoy a rainbow.
It was a good effort. It was a good effort. It was solid. It was solid, but you said it too fast. You like
Yeah.
there was. This
Yeah.
goes back to what I said. You don't know how to
compressed
spin a
it.
yarn yet. It's not about writing jokes. You need to figure out pacing. It's all about storytelling. Even stand-up is storytelling. You gotta misdirect them a little.
Let's move
Yeah.
on to
You're just so
other,
excited to get to the punchline. You're like, I can't even watch a rainbow. Like, and you're like, I said all the joke words. I said all the joke words. I'm not busting your balls.
No,
like,
I know, but you're right.
This
Like,
is
I am
constructive criticism.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Like, see this?
Yes.
This could be a joke, but you would rush to it. You just be like, you stick your hand through right away. But it could be a slow build. It could be a slow burn.
Yeah.
It's solid though, huh?
I
You
get
like
it.
that?
No,
Huh?
but I get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb here
Yeah.
and say that you guys are gonna be okay for about 3 minutes because I gotta pee.
Ah, dude, that's why I started before you left. Before we started. I went before we started. Sorry.
Okay. George, it's just me and you now.
Oh,
What was I gonna say?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I have.
Please,
I have
another
a-
airport story.
No, I have a joke that I wrote about the LGBTQ.
Wait, before you say the joke, are you still doing the comedy thing? Are you still trying things out? And
I haven't done it in like 3 weeks, but I want to get back on stage. But I also want to focus more on acting. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn between both.
what do you think you'll enjoy more?
I enjoy both equally.
What do you think you can be good at?
Acting more.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Comedy's not easy. Fuck, it's
Because it's your own. Let me explain about comedy, and I've known this. I've known this ever since I've seen Pantelis perform. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen him perform quite a few times. I've known it from back in the days, but it just reconfirmed what I knew basically when I started doing stand up. Stand up, you're all alone. You have no instrument. So, music, you have instruments.
Well, you're
You
not
have-
really alone. You have the crowd.
No,
that,
no. But then if the crowd turns on you, you can't, because the crowd's not reliable because it could go either way, and you don't know. You can't properly foresee.
But
right?
isn't that a challenge then?
But that, hold on, let me finish. Let's say a band, right? Let's say the drummer fucking breaks his stick. Well, you know what? The bassist, the pianist, the guitarist, the musician, the vocalist,
They can kind of cover up.
They can all kind of cover up and carry until he grabs another fucking stick.
Right.
That was fast.
That wasn't 3 minutes, dude.
That was fast.
That was a fast piss. Really? Yeah.
In acting, let's say you have a scene, right? And it's set up. You have something to bounce off of. You have somebody else to bounce off of that can help you out, right? And stand up, you have nothing. All you have is a microphone.
It's fucking an unrelenting.
Because I asked him,
it's-
what he likes more, acting or trying stand up, what he thinks he could be better at. And I think acting is probably.
but at the same time, in stand-up, you have the crowd, right?
He
what I
said
said.
that, but it's no, because that could go either way. You cannot foresee.
Well, but that's what's interesting about it. You have to be
No,
structured
but you
enough to
can't-
know how to respond.
I understand, but you
Yeah.
can't rely on it. Whereas opposed to in music, I just told him you
I
can.
think you actually have to rely on the crowd a little. I mean,
Well,
Pantelis not here to have a
no,
proper
you-
conversation
you
about
have
it.
to.
I've never
because
done
let's
stand-up.
say you think you're doing good, but there's still no reaction from the crowd. Doesn't that fuck you up?
Well, that's why I'm saying you can't rely on the crowd.
Yeah.
But in that instance, you have to rely on the crowd because if
Well, no.
you're not doing good, th'll let you know. There's
You
feedback
you gotta
there.
feed off
What's
it.
that Andrew Schultz joke? It's about sucking a dick, right? There's feedback built into the dick, just like the crowd. You're doing a good job.
He's so good.
The crowd laughs.
Yes,
Hard.
of course. That's funny.
Bad spaghetti noodle.
So what were you
no
saying?
Laugh.
So what were you saying? So
That's a good joke. That's a good bit.
I don't know. I can't remember how we got to this conversation.
I
You were
wasn't
saying
here. I
something
was-
about.
You're
Anyways,
an
all you
idiot.
have is a microphone. You don't have any instruments. You don't have people to bounce off of. You don't have any effects. You don't have anything. You just have your imagination and a microphone. And
Yeah.
Sounds like
it's
this is like the stuff he writes down as he's trying to write his rap beats. Imagination and a microphone, all alone, in the zone.
That's good.
N-word, N-word, N-word. Just because. Just to have it in there.
say it.
No,
Say it.
I ain't gonna say it.
Um,
Blacker people than you have tried to bait me to say it on there.
yeah, I see it.
That is still the best episode of This Just Thing. I hate to say that because Padali wasn't in it, and it sounds like I'm shitting on him, but I'm not. But fucking Preach cornered me, and I was like, no, I'm not saying it.
But then
And
again,
it was
hold
so
on.
convincing. Don't worry about it, bro.
But
There's
yeah, it's
nothing
fine.
wrong
Go
with
ahead,
it.
say
But
it.
did he give
Yeah.
you permission?
It doesn't matter.
He baited me into believing I had permission. You were there.
No, but I would have asked. Yeah, I was there, but I would have asked, Mr. Blackman, sir.
Mr. Black.
Excuse me, gentleman. Dark-skinned soul.
With the beautiful
Have you
dreads.
seen? Have you seen that?
I also didn't know Preach, by the way. I met him 8 minutes before we started rolling.
Oh, yeah.
I had just
sure.
met him that day.
Oh.
You know what's great about why I always joke about that episode? Because all the stories were about digital blackface.
Yeah.
And Preach was stepping in to replace Padeli. It's the only time someone's ever replaced Padeli.
Yeah.
And technically, if you think about it, Preach and Padeli are just a black and white version of each other, right? Like, they're big guys.
They're
They
like
got the
the
long
yin-yang.
hair. They're like,
They're yin and yang.
they're yin and yang. And
It's yin, I found out.
I said yin.
No, you said
yin and yang.
Yin, you said.
No, yin.
Yin and yang. Okay.
And I was too lazy to change the graphic. So when it pops up, it doesn't say Preach, it says Pantelis, which technically is digital blackface.
That's funny.
It's working on a lot of levels.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm honestly very proud of that show. I miss it all the time, but I don't think we'll ever
Have
do
you
it
seen
again.
that? Have you seen that clip? Now you're talking about the N word and stuff.
I wasn't mentioning the N-word, George.
Yeah, with his joke. So it's this kid. It's a white kid in a black, and I think it's a McDonald's or some fast food chain.
A what?
It's a McDonald's or it's
A
like-
McDonald's.
McDonald's!
It's at McDonald's.
McDonald's!
McDonald's.
So or some other fast food
You
thing.
peasant ethnic.
And I don't know exactly what happens. So
By
the
the
guy's
way-
yelling. He's yelling at the guy. He's like, "Fuck! No, I can't. I don't even want to call you that. You black person." And the guy grabs him and just throws him over the fucking counter. You haven't seen that?
Never seen that,
Oh,
no.
so fucking hilarious.
So a black guy tosses a white guy?
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
But he didn't say the N word. He wanted to though.
I've never felt the urge to say it.
Yeah, I know.
Like aggressively. I mean, in a rap song, if I'm singing along, like, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but that's a
I'll
normal
admit it
thing.
here. When I'm alone in my car, I'm dropping
Which
N-bombs.
song? Which song are you
Any
referring
songs.
to? You want to
Like,
sing us a line?
You know what really gets me when I listen to Greek rap by black Greek rappers?
Yeah?
Like, what's his name? Negros to Moria?
Light. Light is half black.
Yeah, well, Light. Yeah, he is half black. Yeah, but he's also very light skinned.
Every time Drake drops the N word, I go, whoa.
Whoa, bro. Whoa, bro. You can't say that.
You're pushing it.
But but
By the way, would you guys get upset if I stepped out for like 5 to 8 minutes?
You can do what you want,
Where you
man.
going?
You gotta go take a dump.
oh yeah, okay. You gotta poop. You need to poop.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's something.
Master poop.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
okay, go.
I understand.
Yeah.
You need to ask Booger. I
I
got you.
need, I need to take some alone time.
But why
This is
would you,
weird.
why would you
I
say
mean-
that? Just say, guys, I'll be right back. We're not gonna ask questions, dude.
Don't put us
Well,
on the
you-
2 shot though. Put the 2 shots.
You're not in fucking
Yeah, I did.
school.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, he should ask to leave because he's
Yeah, oh, okay.
who's here? Somebody came in. Oh fuck. It's Preach? Oh, you heard us talking shit. He's coming. George, move over.
Is he? Is it him? Is it really him?
Well, we're gonna have to do readjustments now. He might not be coming in. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
He was at the airport.
Oh yeah, he was at the airport. Yeah, that is confusing. Maybe he just came to hang.
Is it really him or no? You're
No, it's
joking.
not.
Oh, okay.
So you're not stepping out.
Not anymore. The boss is in.
Pucker it up, bro. Pucker
I
up
gotta
those butt
squeeze,
cheeks.
squeeze that ass.
And he's very upset, bro.
No
I-
shit,
I
he's
want-
upset.
No, just in
the
general.
flight?
I want to go ask him, yo, you
I
good?
hate when he's upset. It fucking. Even when I know it's not at me, I'm convinced it's at me. It's like when my dad's upset. He just because he gives off like fucking negativity when he's upset.
Yeah.
doesn't
Like,
happen very often.
He has squiggly lines.
He has an old Greek dad.
Yeah, no.
Are you coming in?
I gotta write the rent check, but I need someone to open the door. Can you see the difference from last month?
Oh shit, yeah.
You're sitting there, you said I'm gonna send you, but you never sent
I never sent it. The key's in my
go open
office.
for you.
No, I haven't.
No, the key's in my office.
Oh, go.
Oh.
He walked in mad. He asked for money. I'm scared.
Bro,
I didn't realize. I didn't pay the rent.
you guys don't know this, but we're all getting raped very soon.
Dude, I have nothing to do with
I'm
you guys.
paying him right now.
Pay him double.
I actually am because I always split the difference. So I'm gonna give him next month's too. How much is the rent? I don't remember. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to multitask. George,
Yeah,
grab
let's go on
another story.
let's go on a light little story over here. For those who remember Jack Layton,
I remember Jack
the
Layton.
former leader of the NDP, very charismatic leader,
Good dude.
passed away. His
Again?
wife,
Oh,
yeah, again.
sorry. That was. I'm sorry.
His wife, Olivia Chow, for those who remember, she was also elected. She was an MP in the NDP. An MP in the NDP. On Monday, she ran for mayor of Toronto, and she won.
Olivia Chow's the mayor of Toronto.
Olivia Chow
She's the
is
crazy
the
lefty
new
there.
Wasn't he
mayor-
mayor of Toronto for a long time?
He was. He
was,
was.
huh?
And I think his dad was also a mayor of Toronto.
I don't think that's true.
I think so.
What's her
Yeah.
name? Olivia
Olivia
Chow.
Chow.
Olivia
yeah.
Chow.
She's the
Check
mayor of
Jack
Toronto,
Layton. Check Jack Layton's father. I think Jack Layton's father was also a
Jack Layton Sr.
Yeah, I don't know what his dude. We saw your tweet.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, yeah,
We've
anyway.
already addressed it.
So so she won her the campaign on Monday.
Is she affiliated to a party or is she independent?
Well, she's obviously affiliated to the NDP because she was elected under
mean,
the
a
NDP banner. But
municipal
now,
party.
no,
A
I
party.
don't know if she started her own party. I don't know those details. But the big question is, there was a bunch of articles that came out, especially here in Quebec, right, in La Presse and Journal de Montréal, of how these major cities are electing more and more leftist mayors.
For women.
No, not necessarily.
Women.
So I don't know how true that is, and I don't know how generalized that is across the globe there.
I mean, at a municipal level.
But if you think of it like
municipally
New
speaking,
York,
we should
Chicago,
be more
Montreal.
on a smaller scale. Leftism makes more sense on a smaller scale
How does that make more sense?
because it's the same way like in a small village.
Yeah.
everyone participates.
Right.
When it's a smaller scale, it works. On a large scale, though, socialism completely comes unhinged.
Yeah, but when you have like the biggest city in Canada, you can't really think, okay, look, we're gonna be greener,
Oh yeah, I don't mean
public
specifically for Toronto.
transit.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like on a smaller scale, it
There's
makes
an
more
interesting
sense.
article. I think it's Mario Dumont that wrote an interesting article in Journal de Montréal,
MD.
and he compares her a lot to Valérie Plante, and he's like, Toronto just elected the Valérie Plante, you know what I mean? So
So bike lanes.
their policies are very much similar,
So they have no policy.
and
They're
he
just
even
doing it.
mentions that.
He's ruining the show.
You're in bike lanes like fuck that.
Oh no, we're talking about Toronto. Do you even know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this already? Because you'll be out of town.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
supposed to leave today.
You get a train for $100.
Did they reschedule you?
They rescheduled me for tomorrow, but that's unacceptable because I can't go tomorrow night. I have shows tomorrow in the afternoon.
Oh shit.
So now they're pissed up there as if it's my fault. But it's not my fault.
Oh fuck! What?
So
How
we
far
saw-
is it?
so
Is there
we-
another option to get there besides flying?
Well, they're like, we'll get you a bus tonight at 11 o'clock or whatever. I don't want to do a 7-hour in the middle of the night. Then I can't do. I'm gonna be finished.
Yeah.
So it's a whole thing. And now we're looking.
PJ?
Air Canada's avoiding like contact with me.
Really?
Yeah,
Shit.
Any other airlines?
What show is this, by the way? Like, what tour? Are you, which one is this?
it's my stuff.
It's your stuff, right? Yeah.
On via rail, I found a train from Montreal to Rouen-Noranda, but it's 10 hours.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Fucking crazy.
Well, no, that's far.
No.
It's
Helicopter?
Oh, and they don't have. Oh, do they have available today? Just curious. I'm just
Check if
checking.
there's helicopters.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, why not?
When would you be coming back from?
That's Sunday.
That's a
but
problem for another day.
That's a problem for another day.
Yeah. You just need to get there now.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah, it's
Fucking
only
Air
it's
Canada.
only buses, no train. Hold on.
how stupid, like how messed up is it, man? Had it been any other reason, it'd be like even remotely acceptable. But the
Is
fact
that what they actually
World
told you?
War-
I'm sorry.
I have the
I
whole
know
thing.
you're upset, but like I'd like to just get the story from you, not from Twitter. Like they told you the crew is tired.
I'll tell you right now, no, that they overworked. I'll tell you right now. That's why I was losing my fucking
is there
shit.
some policy that they can't use the crew if they've done a certain amount of hours?
We're sorry, flight to Rouen-Noranda is canceled due to crew constraints. So I'm like, what the fuck? For example, crew have a duty day limit, which means they work a maximum number of hours, and one explanation could be that they reach their maximum. But this is day of. You guys are supposed to schedule. You're supposed to know where everyone's
Yeah.
doing. You can't tell me day of they're tired, we overwork. That's
I
crazy.
mean the law is important because it means pilots can't fly too many flights back to back. It's
I'm
for
cool with
safety.
that. Yeah, but let me know
But
beforehand.
yeah, like that's ridiculous. You would have been able to foresee their schedule end 10 hours
this
ago.
is a fucking billion-dollar corporation. They have fucking jets and planes.
Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
They're not using carrier pigeons. So yeah.
The fact that they couldn't foresee that happening and
half
replace
and
them.
half.
What is that?
Last month, next month.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
I thought you
Just
were
so you
looking
know.
at helicopters.
No, just so you know.
Poseidon, look-
You're like,
look at helicopter.
$700 for a helicopter. I'm in, bro.
That's probably very expensive helicopters.
We're not on that. There's probably
It
a
is,
lot
but
of those
I
smaller
paid, by the
flights
way,
from St.
I
Hubert.
paid for the insurance on this flight.
So you're getting your money back.
But it's not about getting my money back, bro. The flight was cheaper than what they're paying me to be down there, obviously. Or else it wouldn't
I
be
should
worth it.
hope so.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, how fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good solution. I mean, having someone drive you
There's no
comfortably is the
other
best
airline
solution.
that fucking goes there. Transat or
No. Maybe some of the like
Quebec?
Yeah, I was thinking Quebec.
What's
maybe.
Quebec?
It's the
it's the Cree airline.
the Cree airline.
I
Or
trust-
Bell. There's Bell.
What?
Bell
Bell
helicopters?
helicopters. Yeah.
Oh, how much do they cost?
Yeah, but
It's
those
expensive,
you're
bro.
not
a
flying
fucking
with Bell.
helicopter. Fuck. No, but
Where's their facility? It's in Brossard. Bell. I always drive by it. Oh no, it's Mirabel. It's
Mirabel?
north. That's why I know where it is.
No, but the Bell helicopters. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
they're
they have the whole
headquarters.
thing.
The big helicopter
Yeah, yeah.
outside. It's really cool. Yeah.
And Christmas time they put the Santa Clauses.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, they put them on the
Off the
helicopter.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Check from St. Hubert, man. Sometimes they have these local little flights that
Yeah, because
go
we're not
in the
on
region.
for sure. They have the little prop planes, which I don't know if you want to be on one of those. To be
It doesn't
honest.
matter, bro, as long as it gets there.
I mean, it matters a little. Like, yeah, I don't know. Some of those are sketchy. I've been on them. Not here, but in Europe and in the US, they're sketch. That's fucking Air Canada, man.
Bro, they're garbage.
They're garbage.
I hate these fucking people so much.
It's crazy because they have so much control, bro, on the fucking industry. You know what I mean? It's like you almost have no other choice.
I mean, you
But I
don't
paid
have.
for the insurance. That's another thing that I don't like, that they're not calling me. They're avoiding me. I paid for the
Are
fucking
they avoiding
insurance.
you, or are they just
yeah, no,
being
they're avoiding me.
irresponsibly
Like, we'll call
bad
you
at
back,
their
they're not
job?
calling back.
They have nothing to tell you, bro. Like call you and tell you what.
Put me on another fucking flight. I
There's
saw
no
you have flights in the
flights.
mornings.
You want me to activate the fixer?
Activate everything.
The fixer. Activate the fixer.
She can find anything.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's fucking frustrating, man. But I would, my first reflex would be to look at St. Hubert to see if there's any flights leaving from there, from the little airport.
By the way, helicopters are so cool. They're like tiny little cars in the air.
Are you looking at helicopter or are you looking at helicopter prices?
Just discover a helicopter.
Jesus, fucking, they're cool. Yeah, have you noticed how they fly?
propellers and shit.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
this thing overhead that turns and spins. What are we talking about, guys? Let's talk
I'm
about.
activating the fixer.
It's only giving me fucking tours.
I think she's in a meeting though right now. But if there's a solution, she'll find it within 35 minutes. That's what she does.
You need to be there by what time? Your show's tonight or
No, it's
tomorrow
tomorrow
night?
afternoon.
Tomorrow
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow afternoon.
I think at 1 p.m.
1 p.m. show?
Starts. Yeah, I have. It's a live podcast. I have a lot of shows.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's a podcast too. No, okay, we're not going to find a
don't-
solution
don't-
on the
yeah,
morning
yeah,
show.
He's not gonna find it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
We've talked about a few different things. I don't know. I assume you weren't listening, so you don't know what we've covered.
Okay.
We just got to Olivia Chow being elected mayor of Toronto.
Is she the ex?
Yeah.
The former
The
wife, the widow of Jack Layton.
Yeah, Jack Layton, awesome dude. Her, not so much.
Exactly.
I have a prediction. Toronto will be Vancouver in a few years. So good job, Toronto.
Crackheads.
It's gonna whatever Vancouver has, Toronto's gonna have.
They're gonna shift. This is what we're saying right before you walked in. There was an article. It was Mario Dumont, and he's like spot on on his analysis. And he was saying how these major cities have this thing about electing leftist, not governments, but administrations.
Then they complain when the city's destroyed.
Yeah, and the question is why? Why though at the municipal level there's this trend that seems to be electing leftist fucking administrations, and we all.
Media. It's
not
the
just-
media.
I don't know if it's
the
media. I don't
corporate
know if
media.
it's like
The
this.
media scares the
If
shit.
it's the populism,
The media calls everything that's not extreme left far right.
speaking of shitty media.
Libertarians are considered far right now.
Speaking of shitty media, we're gonna jump the story because there's nothing much there to say. But just to
She's on.
just to show how stupid media is sometimes, and usually after the Parliament session ends, it's slow news. I mean, there's not much in the news happening. I mean, like if we look at now, there's the Chinese interference bullshit and the forest fires, and aside
Please
from
don't
those,
talk about the fucking.
no. Aside from
Chinese
those
stuff
major
again.
stories, there's not much happening. And I almost try to think, okay, what happens in the newsrooms? They're like, let's find some garbage story that somebody's been working on, whatever. So yesterday, La Presse on the cover page, the minister in charge of housing here in Quebec, they have a story. And why the fuck would you go dig up this shit? How the minister in charge of housing owns a property that she bought a little over $700,000 without a mortgage. Who gives a shit? That's your fucking story. Like, there's no other news to cover. You have to
Who is
dig
she?
in. France-Hélène Duranceau. She's the Quebec Minister of Housing.
Okay, so that is suspicious.
Why is it suspicious?
A $700,000 purchase cash
Who cares? Maybe she has
when
money.
most of us can't fucking get a mortgage.
Well,
She's
look.
if she was the minister of education, she's the
it
minister
available?
of housing. Get the mortgage just for the fuck of it. Like, she's being dumb.
No, but it's not that she did it now. They
Tonight
just
you
went
should
and
tonight.
looked at her.
maybe she paid it off.
Her portfolio, if you want, and they went and dug up
Tonight.
the fact that her and her husband owned a property in Nuns Island, and through that property they leveraged it to buy other.
$4,000. I don't fucking. It doesn't matter what the budget. Tell her not to because now there's all this shit happening. Anyways, I'm gonna fucking guys. If I don't explode on fucking Air Canada right now, are you sure, Poseidon?
So apparently what they did with her husband, they had a property in Nuns Island that they leveraged, and through that they bought other properties. It doesn't matter. The point is that whatever people did in their private matters.
Look, I tend to agree.
Shouldn't
I
be
tend to agree
of
with
public
you.
interest. Like, what the fuck?
I agree with you, except for the fact that all the politicians currently in office are garbage. And they're all living their best lives while the rest of us suffer because of the decisions they make. So obviously, if this is the price of doing business, that you get your shit fucking put in the news, then by all means, I don't care.
Yeah, but what does it matter? Like this, like why do you? First of all, I think by law,
What about
the
when
minute,
what's his name was fat and the Minister of Health and everyone was mad that he was fat?
yeah,
Well, that makes sense.
That you're a health minister and you're fat, but he lost a lot of weight. You're talking about
can't remember his name. Barrett, yeah.
Gaetan Barrett.
Well, of course, that makes sense. That people would be upset.
Oh,
That's crazy.
and he lost weight. Okay, he got the.
Yeah.
But
If
But
the
were you okay with that being in the
if the
public?
person in charge of black affairs is white, it's fucking weird.
okay,
You
look,
want to get anything done.
white
people aren't gonna listen to
I
black
just think
people.
it's nonsense. You know, what I mean, okay, the guy's fat. Okay, he's obviously not healthy. Does that change? Does that have anything to do with his competence on actually doing the work? Like he has no experience as a health professional, which he does, obviously. Anyway, and it goes on, right? Because then when they found out about her, they dug up all of the fucking CAC caucus to see what they own. Like, what does it matter? What I do in my personal life and what I own and my real estate portfolio and the fact that I'm in politics. Why should that matter?
Well, it matters for private citizens.
Why?
What do you mean? That's
You
the
own
government.
you own three properties. You
and the
decide
government
one
wants
day.
to know.
No, it's not the government.
No,
you
no,
decide
she
to
is
run,
the government.
and then the media says, "Oh yeah, by the way, Pantelis owns $2 million worth of real estate."
But what I'm trying to tell you is the government does that to regular citizens.
How?
They look at what you own and they
Yeah?
say, "Oh, that's interesting, George. You own $2 million worth of real estate."
Yeah, they do that.
How'd you get that, George? What's going? And they ask fucking questions. So they're allowed, even though we pay them, to ask those questions about a private citizen, but we're not allowed to ask those questions.
I don't think they fucking, unless you haven't been paying taxes, then
They still have access.
They still have access
can.
to all that. They ask these
I know,
questions.
but look,
What I'm saying is, if you want to play that game, it's gotta.
but this is not the
Everyone
same
got
thing.
it.
What
But
is
this is not the
up
same
with this
thing.
war you've started against the fifth estate? Like,
Why do you hate regular human beings
Yeah.
and you love the government?
Well, no, I don't.
He doesn't even. He's like, what's happening? What the fuck?
No, I just have an issue with media bringing these things to surface when it really doesn't matter
8:30 a.m.
with
flight
respect to the positions they hold in
They
office.
have,
She's saying she found one.
but they're not giving it to me. They put me at night, so that's not freaking the fuck out.
Okay.
So then they went and they started looking at all the other people in government, and on average, the ministers in government, on average, they have $1.6 million worth of real estate and property in their as assets, basically. And they're saying that as if it's huge things. I mean, okay, who cares? If you have a house today, it's probably worth close to $1 million with the fucking market we're living in. So you're saying it as though they're fucking rich and like I don't understand. Like I don't understand the purpose of bringing out a story like that of exposing people's.
The housing minister who's overseeing.
Wait,
and
who's at
residing.
8:30 in the morning tomorrow? Who's flying it?
AC apparently.
I'm on it. They have one flight tomorrow at 9. At night, they don't have.
Give me a
one.
second, guys. Hold on.
Yeah. Anyway, so the issue I have is just why the hell bring it up, you know? But that's it. So I just found it weird. I thought I'd bring it up here because I mean these are private matters, and this is what sucks when you're running in politics. I mean, the minute you become a public figure, everything you do, everything around you becomes somehow of public interest, and I just think it's not fair. There's certain things that should be kept private, like your family, your affairs. And that should be kept private. So, and the fact that media decides that, oh, well, you're a public figure, everything about you is of public interest, I just think it sucks.
I know, but they
That's
didn't decide. Media didn't decide that. You decided by becoming a public figure.
Yeah, I know, but I became a public figure because I want to contribute to the society, and the fact that I own $1 million or $1.2 million house has nothing to do with what I want to offer and what
No, but shouldn't they? If you're doing something in the public like that, that's government funded, right? It's not private. Shouldn't they look into your dealings to make sure?
But what's government funded? Let's say you, for
It's a
example.
government. I'm not government funded.
No, I know, but
mine's
let's say
private industry.
But okay, you have a business, okay?
Yeah.
You own, let's say, a couple condos. You have your house. You're well off. You're like, you know what? At this stage of my life, let me go give back. I want to run
Right.
for office. You run for office, and they bring up this thing. Oh, Pantelis, he has $3 million worth
Hold
of
on.
assets
So they brought this up for a new person working in, or someone that's been working.
in government. The ministers that are
No,
elected.
no, you're not answering the question because
How
you
long
made
has
it
she been
sound
in
like
office?
yes, someone new. Like I'm going into it and they want to do a background check, or she's already been in this.
No, they're already in office.
Okay, for how long?
I don't know, since 2018, I guess.
Okay, so then yeah, I get why they're saying it because they go by the salary we give these people. For her to just put down 700
okay.
G's, there's something suspicious. Let's just because that's what they would do to regular people.
I don't
If
think.
I go put
based on what I read, it's not about being suspicious.
because if I go put 700
Well,
G's
no,
now,
see, no,
if
in
I
this
put
particular
$700,000
example,
on a
no.
car on a house, the government's gonna ask questions.
In this
They'll be like,
particular
"Where'd you get it?"
in this particular example of the housing minister, she bought this house in 2006.
Okay.
We're talking about 12 years before she got elected.
Okay, and what did she do? What was she doing?
Her and her husband were both in finance.
Because
There
it
were
is
high net worth individuals who made a
both
good
in high-
investment.
because
finance-
what I know is cash down. If you put that much money as a regular person, everyone from the brokers, the bank, all have to ask questions.
Yeah, of course.
Even though they're like, "This is awesome."
Okay,
they all
no,
have to ask
dude,
questions.
you're-
So they're doing the same thing. They're asking questions.
No, but I don't
They're,
understand.
they're
but-
insinuating something here.
yeah,
from the
no, they're
article.
like, oh, you own so much money and you're disconnected from the reality because
Oh,
now
that's
it's
a different
because
story.
we're approaching July 1st, right?
Yeah.
Every year July 1st, there's this thing
Yeah.
about housing crisis
course.
and all the rents
Which,
going
by the way,
up.
I'm
and-
siding with the landlords.
Oh, yeah, I'm with the
I
landlords.
saw the people protesting in Park X.
Ridiculous.
Bro, ridiculous.
I'm a landlord too, and fuck,
Ridiculous.
dude, you don't understand what it costs to fucking own the property.
I'm not a landlord, but I heard the arguments and what they were saying didn't make any fucking sense.
Like
They
that,
go,
there
"What-"
should be a public list of the prices.
Yeah,
for the
No, not
future.
just that.
registry, a
Why should the landlord dictate what rent I pay in his?
What?
What? Because
doesn't
he
make
owns
sense.
the land. He bought it. It's his investment.
Makes no sense.
No.
Honestly, guys, we are drifting into this fucking socialist
Do
shit.
these people go in restaurants and they're like, I think I should be paying $4
this,
for that?
this high quality Wagyu steak, I'll give you $10 for it. What the
That's
fuck's
not how
wrong
it
with you?
works.
No,
What
it's
are you
not.
talking about?
The idea, there was that thing that had circulated a few years ago. I think it was a video, I forget, where they're like, if you're paying rent, then you're helping pay the mortgage, so you should be a part owner. I was like, yeah, that's not how that works.
Because then by
fuck? You
that
have no
logic,
risk.
but no, by that logic, everywhere you go, you're helping pay the mortgage of a restaurant because
owner
you're
of
paying. It's
everything.
so
It
stupid.
doesn't
Yeah,
make any
you
sense.
own the province.
And these are the
basically.
same people who are advocating for no ownership, right? Where the government just gives you what you need. They're retarded.
that's why. They're retarded,
It doesn't
yeah.
make any sense.
I'm not.
So
for that.
she came under fire. So this minister, basically, the reason why they're probably looking into this is because she came under fire a week ago or 2 weeks ago in a press conference because they made a new bill. Can't remember the details of it. And in a press conference, they asked her, why don't you create a registry
Oh, on the Air
for?
Canada site, they only have the one at night. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see an 8:31.
And I said she would send me the link.
Yeah.
And she's also found a bunch of connecting options, which aren't ideal, but they still
So?
get you there.
Yeah, as long as they get me there.
I'm currently checking what it would cost to charter a jet, just so we know.
I wouldn't charge
Point of
that.
reference.
Yeah.
It might, maybe a bunch of people are
It's
going,
gonna
and you
cost
can
like 10
split it.
G's. No, it's
So
not.
anyway, so they
What if it
asked
was
her.
2 Gs?
2 G's is worth
Impossible.
it if I get
Impossible.
off. But
It's
it's impossible. It costs more than that to get off the runway.
Exactly. The fuel costs more than that. So they asked her, why don't you create a lease registry so that way the tenants coming in could see what the. And her answer was, listen, the properties belong to the landlords. Okay. And if the tenants aren't happy with it, they can go buy property.
Exactly.
And they fucking drilled her for it. She came, oh my God, they destroyed her. How could you say such insensitive things?
What do you mean
and blah, blah,
insensitive?
blah.
That's the reality.
I mean, I thought so. I don't know. Anyway, so this whole thing came up, and then all these articles came up. Like now they're looking into the assets that these
Trying to
elected
focus on the
officials
show.
have. And I just find it stupid. I mean, listen, this is private information.
I'm just
It
trying to
has
understand
zero.
what you're mad about.
I'm mad about the fact that they believe that because you're a public figure, everything you do and everything you have is worth exposing. And maybe I don't want people knowing that I own fucking properties.
Honestly, I don't know, man. I think it's okay. You're a public figure. Like once you put yourself in that situation, you're open to that kind of scrutiny.
That's fine.
sucks,
That's
but
It's
it's
part of
true.
the deal. Exactly. It sucks, but it's true. I don't know if I'm for or against it.
It sucks, but it's
it
true.
is what
Yeah,
it
but
is,
I mean,
and I think
I just think it's a dick move from these papers to just say, oh, by the way, here, cover
What
fucking
paper
story
is this?
is Journal de Montréal.
of course it is.
Anyways, let's move on to
Of course it
other
is.
juicier things. And I'm going to come back.
juicy.
I'm going to come back to the story we kind of mentioned last week, but it's
Yeah.
really starting to heat up. And I'm just because Pantelis wasn't here and he's going to freak out. Justin Trudeau is
I'm already
working.
angry.
Yeah, like he burns inside. So he's working on this new piece of legislation that would impose. How do you call it? On schools to the right to what do you call it? I'm losing my words here. So basically, schools won't be. They have to keep private. The information of a certain kid that in school wants to be wants to identify.
Let me help you.
as a,
Basically, if kids want to transition at school, they don't have legal
Transition at school.
or in school they tell the
School-age
teachers
children wanna transition.
identify as I don't know Maria, please call me Maria,
Not
right?
Mario. They don't have to tell the parents.
And the school
That's what
is
he's advocating
based
for.
on Justin's new bill that he wants to implement. The schools need to respect that privacy and not tell the parents.
That's insane.
Which is absurd.
That's
That's
absurd.
what we're saying. So what happened now? The premier in New Brunswick, who is
right.
who's a
Yes,
conservative
yeah.
premier, he sees this thing happening and he's like, you know what? Fuck that shit. We got to beat them because first of all, education is provincial jurisdiction. So we're not going to let these guys dictate what the fuck is going to happen. So he passes a legislation. Barring any of this to eventually affect schools. They're like, listen, up until 16 years old, you have to absolutely communicate the information
I'm with it.
to the
I'm
parents.
with it.
From 16 and on, they're young adults. They can do whatever they want. Okay, they have a right to their
Okay,
privacy.
I'm with it.
And Justin Trudeau, and this is what I hate, is that he's politicizing this issue at a time where, you know, it's Pride Month and all that stuff. There's all these pride parades going on. And
Lot
he's
of buttholes.
using these platforms. He's using these platforms to fucking call out the premier in New Brunswick and say, see what's happening over there. He's calling him right-wing, extreme right-wing policies like in New Brunswick who disrespect the rights of trans people. What the fuck? It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the
is it
fact
me or
that
does it-
parents deserve to know what is happening It's a little cold, but whatever.
It's weird that they just keep backing up the allotted age for when a child can make adult decisions, right? It just keeps getting younger and younger and younger and younger.
Suspicious.
No, but that's crazy. And you know what the thing is?
Irresponsible is what it
but
is.
let's
But
just
didn't Trudeau have to leave his last job because of this with the kids? Like, he's got to calm down with these.
look.
16-year-olds.
This is how I think of it. Let's reverse that, okay? Forget about what you think about Justin Trudeau politically, okay? Whether he's a good or bad politician, whatever. I think you guys all know how we think.
I don't consider him a politician anymore.
But
I would like to say something. It doesn't matter what I think. Facts speak for themselves.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
He's very horrible.
It's funny because he has a corporate media behind him, and they still, as much as they try, can't spin him into looking good. They even wrote that guy, your friend Gerald Butt,
Gerald Butts, yeah.
who's lunatic, who's a imbecilic moron, shared his article about how this is the most diverse and the best economy that Canada has ever had. He said that with balls on Twitter at a time where we have a housing crisis, people are hungry, we have the largest personal debt out of any
Household debt, yeah.
household personal debt out of any G7 country, and they still said how amazing it is and everyone is thriving in Canada. This is lunatic communist propaganda shit.
But to go back to Justin Trudeau, forget about what you think of him politically. I'm convinced, because I know him personally, that he is a caring and loving father. Okay, so that I don't think we can take that away from him. Okay, he loves his kids.
It's like a role play thing you guys did.
And I'm sure that he loves his kids. Let's say Justin Trudeau is in the situation where one of his kids goes to school, and because they're at an age now where they're more independent, they have their circle of friends, maybe they keep things from their family, and they feel more comfortable in the setting of the school to come out as whatever and say, you know what, I feel comfortable here, I'm worried at home, I don't want to expose this shit, my dad is a politician, blah blah blah.
If his son was really into women, and his father would be really upset about it.
Okay,
He in his head, it sounded.
yeah. So anyway, if one of his kids would be in the situation where in school his daughter were like, you know what, from here on, please call me Paul.
Paul? Why'd you pick
whatever,
Paul?
fuck, I don't know.
Of all the names you could have
whatever,
chosen.
anyways, I'm 100% sure that as a caring and loving father that he is, he would want to know what's happening with his daughter,
Of course
man.
he would wanna know.
So why the fuck are you
How else is he
passing
going
this
to capitalize
legislation?
on such a win?
No, but you know what I'm
He would
saying?
parade those kids
any-
Oh,
around.
that's crazy to.
No, but it's crazy to think of it, and not only that, it's
Oh,
crazy.
hold on, I'm going to say something else now. If you are an adult
Mm-hmm.
and there is a child, and you feel like me and you, we have a secret together, you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You're a fucking. We're not going to tell your parents. This is my secret with you. You're a fucking weirdo, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a criminal weirdo.
That is insane.
Listen, look, we all agree that there are fucking bad parents out there, but
Yes,
forget
many.
about them.
Also, while you're on the subject, bad kids.
Yeah,
There are some bad kids.
Yeah. Yesterday we had that fucking that Amber Alert.
yeah.
Fucking 2 kids let themselves get kidnapped. Fucking.
Anyway,
I was reading that Amber Alert, by the way.
It scares the shit out of me, bro, when that
I read
fucking
the
thing
French.
comes in.
I read the French part, and I was like, all right, I understand what's happening. I go, oh, there's English too. Let me read it. I had to read the English part like 6 times. The syntax was completely French, so it didn't make sense. I was like, what the fuck? I speak English. Why doesn't this make sense?
Did your phone read it to you?
no,
no.
Because my Amber Alert, if you let it play on my phone, my phone reads it out to me.
Oh yeah.
But it was
What does it
reading
say?
out
Like, hey, dear Antonios, please return the children. We
Yeah.
suspect you have taken them.
No, but like when it was reading in French, it was reading English, but in French.
Explain that sentence to me. I want to
Okay,
understand what
I
you
don't know
mean.
how to explain this, but it was basically saying like I don't know.
Kids are missing.
Tell me. No.
It's
tell me,
last
no,
time we
hold
saw
on, hold on.
them with grandmama.
Hold on. Tell me
Its
a word
name
in
is
French.
Noemi.
Tell me a word in French.
Abducted.
Tell me a word in French.
Kidnapping.
Français.
Huh?
Kidnappé, is that the French for
No,
kidnap?
I'm just fucking with
Sounds like Haitian. Kidnappé.
God.
Conduit.
Conduit.
Oh, maybe. Who
Yeah,
gives a
there-
fuck?
That's
Oh,
how
you
it-
mean it was reading French and English?
In
Yes,
English
yes,
accent,
yes,
yeah.
yes. That's what I meant.
I thought you meant it was reading English and French because that's what you said.
No. Sorry. That.
Okay.
that-
Gaslit him.
The point is, they found those kids.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
There's also that 15-year-old in Laval.
But it was the
that's now
mom, I think,
missing.
because there was a woman.
The mom
who-
took
It was
them
the
away,
grandmother.
and
It was the grandmother.
I think it was
But
the
that's what I
mom.
was talking
yeah.
about yesterday. That's a little because normally it's dudes that do the kidnapping. That's the problem with feminism, bro. They compete in everything. Not
we can
everything
do
has
it
to be a
too.
competition.
But what's the story? She just-
Not everything has to be a
It
competition.
must be a
ladies.
divorce and one parent left absconded with the
jeez.
other children.
Anyways,
And
whatever.
there you go. It happens all
So,
the time.
so just back
Those
to
are
the
good stories because the kids are safe.
Yeah, exactly. So just to finish on the story, like any good, like we're gonna focus on the good parents. Any good parent wants to know what's going on for the for the best of their kids. They want to, and I'm not like it. Just seems that Justin Trudeau thinks that the parents are going to block or get upset or whatever, fucking disown their children for
Even
wanting.
if they are gonna get upset,
It's not your fucking business.
It's a
You know what I
familial
mean?
issue.
Like, who the fuck are you, bro? You're the protector of the. Like, I don't get it.
Like I get it. Sometimes maybe the kid's transitioned, and the father's like, if I see you wearing a dress again, I'll
I was
fucking
just gonna
break
say this
your
whole
head.
sometimes.
All I'm
hold
saying
on,
is-
guys,
yeah.
we have to address one thing because I feel like we're overdoing it. We keep saying sometimes. The percentage of actual
That's the point I was getting to.
transgender is so small that the fact that we're talking about it like this, it seems fucking crazy. We're making it seem like 1 and fucking 3 kids is trans. That's crazy. That's not true.
I
If
read
that
a
would be
fucking
true,
report
we
the
would
other
have to
day.
we would have to check something out because how does the percentage go from less than 1% to 89%
It's
in
the percentage
fucking
is,
6 months?
is non-representative anymore.
doesn't
It's
make any
very
sense.
high. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any
All
sense.
lies.
There's also an observer bias.
If
for
fucking
sure.
we have an average height of the country and we know the average height is 5'5", let's say for example, and then a month later, the average height is 4'2", we gotta ask some fucking questions. What do we cut people's? How is that possible?
We
that
don't
it just
actually
changed?
know what the percentage of transgendered people is in society for 2 reasons. One, because up until 30 years ago, for example, most people, not everyone, but most people would never even address a thought like that. Like to feel that way, they'd be like, no, I just feel weird today. Like it wasn't something that was socially acceptable.
Yeah, also it's hard to explain.
It's all hard to explain. So it skews the result
How do
a
you
bit.
explain that? Eh?
What?
If there's never been anyone like you before, and then you're like, I think I'm a lady, and like you gay, you're like, no, I don't know. It feels
pretty.
weird. I feel like I'm not like this. Doesn't like. Imagine trying to explain that. Like, what are you fucked?
It must be a terrible experience
Yeah.
for someone living through dysphoria. What do they call it? Gender dysphoria?
Yeah.
It must be horrible. But at the same time,
Because now at least you
We
have
don't
examples.
have
You're
real
like, I know what
numbers.
that is. This is
Yeah.
what
but
it
it
is. But if you
seems
don't
like
know,
it's way more. Like I don't know if it's the media just putting more of a spotlight on it because some of the statistical observations they seem higher than they should be. It's like 1 in 10 kids or something. I'm like that doesn't sound
that's
right.
not- it's not.
That doesn't sound right. Like
10%.
I know.
No.
There's no way it's 10%.
So that's fucked up because
it's
that's gonna
definitely
mess up.
lower. It's definitely.
But then you have those stories about those fish in Ontario. You saw this, right? The fish that are
They're also
they're being
Alex-
exposed to wastewater that has estrogen levels.
Well,
and-
actually, Alex Jones had talked about this when
The
he was
gay
making fun of the
frogs.
gay frogs, and
Yeah.
everyone made fun of him. And that's a Berkeley.
it's legit,
study.
yeah.
That's not him. What's his name? Robert F. Kennedy was talking about it too. That's not an Alex Jones. Because people are like, that's an Alex Jones conspiracy theory. That's not an Alex Jones thing. That's a UC Berkeley study. That's
Yeah.
a university study that they never
But
referenced.
the reason I brought it up is like if fish are actually having physical changes because they're being exposed to wastewater, what is it doing to us? Like it makes you wonder if the two are not connected in any way.
And it's just frustrating that this whole thing has been politicized.
And it's mostly men transitioning to women. Like that's the majority, yeah.
Is it?
I mean, there are women who transition into men. Like it happens.
Look, whatever
but
it is,
it's the opposite.
Look,
that's
for
more
me,
common.
for me, honestly, I really don't care. The fact, though, that it's being politicized
yeah.
as though it's a general thing and we have to address it politically, it bothers me. Number one, and number two, get your fucking ass out of my family affairs, dude. You have no business.
Get your ass. What a odd body part to choose.
come to the parade and you won't see my ass.
So
A
yeah,
lot of
so
those pride fucking parades with the naked
Have you
men.
seen
By
in
the way,
Toronto?
okay, look, dude, I'm gonna say something right now. I
I'm
used
all
to-
for the Pride Parade,
Hold
by
on.
the way. But having
Hold on.
guys walking around swinging their dicks,
Yeah,
man, I don't know.
I'm gonna say something right now. This to me is it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what he says. By the way, he was telling me this for a long time, and I thought he was exaggerating until this Pride Parade. I thought it was just Poseidon being homophobic.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Pride,
Which he's been known
stuff
to
on
be.
Twitter.
I've never seen this before,
Listen,
ever.
yeah, because we don't fucking pay attention to this shit. But here's the thing: this is not our. The gay community needs to step up and be like, listen, guys,
It's not our fight.
these
theirs.
fucking people who are doing this
They're
are
ruining
making
our
us
image.
are making us look insane.
Exactly.
Because bro, I know a lot of gay people.
They're not like
a lot
that,
of gay
dude.
people. Bro, I'm in the arts. I know a lot of gay people. Not one, bro. Not one acts like
But
that.
that goes on a t-shirt.
And not one. If you ask them, bro, you want to go show your dick to some kid? They're gonna be like, bro, I don't even want to talk to a stranger's kid. I don't.
no
why would I
kidding.
talk
By
to
the
some
way,
kid?
I would
Bro,
even-
this is so insane that they're letting these weirdos represent an entire. It's baffling.
Like that old dude, right? I would even go as far as to say he's not actually gay. He's just an unfuckable old dude.
Which
Yeah,
one? The
and
guy
he's
with
like,
the
I'm gonna
one-
show my dick.
The guy with
Yeah,
the underwear fucking in front of the
yeah.
kids. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about clips that I saw from the Toronto parade where you have a group of men walking naked.
What about the? Did you
Yeah,
see
on
that other
bicycles.
clip
Did
of
you see
people
that shit?
marching at a Pride rally and they're screaming, "We're coming for your kids"?
That was in New York.
Oh my.
Okay, so that I'm pretty sure that's fake. I know it goes against my own narrative of I think these shouldn't be happening the way they're happening, but like I was watching it, and if you look closely, first of all, there's a slight audible change in the audio, and I became obsessed. I was like, I downloaded the video and I was listening to it on the waveform. I was like, I think because their mouths don't sync up with what they're singing.
Right.
I'm like, okay, maybe it's only a few people saying it, but like I couldn't find anyone. So I think that might be a doctored clip. Like
That's
I'll
exactly
go out,
what a pedophile would say.
What about the other
That's
clip?
fucked up, man.
What-
because you can only fight something like this by not
I'm
fucking
joking.
falling
It's a
in.
joke.
I know.
You can only fight something like this by doing it from the inside.
You fucked me. The second I made that sentence, I was like, I'm done.
Inside.
What about that other clip, man? In Seattle, I think it is, where it's in the march and there's this huge fountain and all these guys, they're naked,
Washing
they're-
their dicks.
Yeah, man, they're fucking washing themselves.
Look, I get it. Sometimes you feel a little stanky. You want to wash your dick, but you go home and you do it, bro.
Yeah, you definitely don't wash
Does
the
the
other
dude
guys
washing his
fucking.
dick?
Yeah, in a public fountain with kids playing around them.
No,
There's a
guys
bunch of
washing
dudes.
other guys.
They're washing each other's dicks.
What the fuck? This is in Toronto?
I mean,
no, this is in Seattle, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. So
I'll
that's just-
stand by
that's
what my
just Seattle.
father. I'm gonna stand by what my father.
You mean
taught me.
Tuesday?
Seattle.
When I was a young boy and I was learning to pee in a toilet, and I would, you shake your dick when you're a kid to like get all the pee
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
My dad goes, "Hey, you don't shake it more than 2-3 times, otherwise you're playing with it." And that stands here. Because if you're washing another guy's dick one time, okay, you washed it. Now you're just playing with it, bro.
I don't think you should be washing another adult man's penis in a public fountain.
Unless
to
he's
begin
your
with.
partner and you're at home, right?
Unless
yeah.
you're
Do what you want.
Seattle.
Unless you're in Seattle, yeah.
Finally,
Maybe
guys,
Portland.
We're just gonna end on this one thing. Elections in Greece on last Sunday was repeat elections
Yeah.
because they didn't form majority
Your friend
government. So the
I
Conservative
was super
Party.
confused, by the way. I was like, why is this breaking news? Didn't this happen 2 weeks ago? I
Yeah,
was
no,
so
no.
lost
Yeah, it was a
for
repeat
few
election.
minutes.
So the government, the outgoing government won again with a majority, and every fucking news channel was focusing on this commanding majority that the new Democracy
making it
Party
out to
got,
be a
blah blah.
big thing, yeah.
And I'm thinking, hold on a second, why isn't anyone talking about the fact that there are fascist parties back in the parliament in Greece?
Yeah, communists.
No, not the communists. We're
Why
talking
not the
about
communists?
They were always there.
the communists.
No,
were
but the
always
communists
there.
got
they're
more
not.
seats.
They're not back. They're still
Yeah,
there.
they took people away from Syriza back into the Kukue, and
How come
some.
we're not talking about? That's crazy. That's the rise of fascism.
Well, Kukue existed for years, bro. It's a communist party.
No,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
good.
The Nazis existed for years too. What the fuck is that?
No. But look, Syriza lost votes. They went back to PASOK.
they're cannibalizing
and some
each
went
other.
to
It's
Kukue,
okay.
so that's why they increased their vote. But the thing is that we've spoken about the Golden Dawn many times.
Yeah,
Obviously,
now
that
there's
party.
Kiev.
No, now
Greek Dawn.
they're called Spartiates, the Spartans. They call
I'm cool with
themselves.
that, bro. I
New
like
party.
Spartans.
It's basically the Golden Dawn. Because
Rebranded?
it was banned as a party. They're
Okay.
illegal. The people of Golden
Is it
Dawn all
Castigliari?
got charged in jail. And you have Castigliari now, one of the leading figures of Golden Dawn, from fucking prison, managing this new party.
Nice. Okay, I'm okay with this. I'll tell you
And
why.
these guys got 12 seats.
I'll tell you why I'm okay with
They
this.
got 12 seats. The leader of this new party, quote unquote, came out the
who's the
day of the
leader?
election. I can't remember his name. And he was thanking Castigliari for all the work that he did and all the support he gave him from behind bars.
That's fine. I'm okay with this, and I'll tell you why. Tupac, some of his greatest work was done behind bars. Yeah, a lot of these rappers wrote a lot of their good stuff behind bars. That's number one. Number two, sir, unlike you, I'm a good Christian man.
Yeah.
I believe in second chances. They're trying to rebrand. They're trying to come out there with a new image. Like, yo, we're Spartans. We're here to defend. We got shields.
God.
Well,
We're
look,
shirtless. We're jacked. I'm like, you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance, except for pedophiles. Deserves a second chance. Give it to them. Give them the second chance. I'm not like you. I'm not like you, sir.
You can have a second chance if your ideas aren't what they were
Look,
the first time around.
I'm gonna say something here. I have not read their
Ideas.
Their
I don't know what
charter.
their Spartan manifesto is, sir. You're assuming because you're a racist. I, being also racist, I am assuming. I don't know what they're doing. And I don't know. What they're doing.
I mean, it's hilarious because the Spartan society, like the ancient Spartan society, was extremely socialist.
High five.
Like,
It was
which is
actually, yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That they would identify as such. Also,
Yeah, but they had different socialism. They had class-based socialism. The Spartans are the shit. We're gonna socialize. We're not socializing with these peasants.
yeah, they
I
had
like
a bunch
that.
of helots
You know
who did everything.
their money was made out of iron.
Iron.
Not iron.
Iron butterfly.
You know
All
why?
right, hit the music.
No, hold on. We're gonna listen to this clip because you said
I
it's
don't want to.
fabricated.
Was it?
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Let me get a headset on. Fuck it, man. Look, most of them are moving their mouths. Oh, okay. We're not going something, she's saying.
Nah.
See? We're not going shopping. And then that children thing fades away. You only hear it twice.
But maybe they said it.
Maybe,
No,
it was,
man.
maybe it was one guy coming
George,
close to Michael.
say goodbye to everyone. Guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go try and find him a way to get to the Wayne Oranda.
All right,
George,
guys.
Thank
George
you. Going to
you.
play you out. Kiss me on the mouth.
I was gonna do it. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in once again to the morning show. We appreciate you. We love you. Pantelis.com for all information.
PantelisComedy.com.
PantelisComedy.com for all information. He's a very busy man this summer. Get some tickets to all the shows, all the festivals during the summer. Patreon.com/Pantelis for all exclusive content. I am Poseidon69, the man behind the fucking
the
console.
Poseidon69 on Instagram and Twitter.
And I am Poseidon.com is
Absolutely,
the website.
yes.
Balabanos.com. And you can get my stuff at the Backstage Podcast or Politiquement Parlant. Please go subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll see you maybe on Friday, probably not. So next Wednesday is more likely. Thank you all.
And don't forget, George, the way is gay.
Okay.